Hey, welcome to Danny's Guitar Hub. Today I'm going to show you a chromatic exercise. You might already know one form of it. I like to start it on the 5th fret. You can start it anywhere though, and I'm just going to show you a couple different variations of that. This is a chromatic scale. Just one finger after another on the next fret. No skipping or intervals. Intervals are just a half step. So. Now, if you know this, great, I'm going to show you another variation of it. If you don't, and if you're just starting, you just want to make sure that you get every note clean. And you don't really have to press down that hard on the fret to get a note to come out and sound clear. But you don't want it to sound buzzy or like that or dead. You got to find what I call the sweet spot in between the frets. It's a little more than halfway usually is where I hit between the two frets. But you can see you don't have to press down all that hard before you get a clear note. And as you progress through the notes, you want every note to sound clean and in order. So you got to have the right hand going steady along with the left hand. So a good way to start is with a metronome at a very slow pace and work your way up to a faster speed. Just again making sure every note sounds clear. So with this scale, that wasn't very clean, but with that there's different variations. I like to do that and then maybe take it up a fret for every string that you go, such as still along the same lines of the same thing, but this is the variation that is a tough one. It builds finger strength and it focuses your fingers on hitting down more vertically with your finger. If you're looking at the guitar like so, you want to be hitting like this when you're hitting single notes, not like this. And that's going to help you a lot as well when you're playing chords. You want every note to sound. You don't want to have that sound. You want it. And what you're doing there is you're hitting strings with a direct approach with the finger and not deadening another string. So this is a variation of the chromatic scale that will strengthen your fingers and help you focus on how you hit the strings. Again, take this slowly. It's kind of a tougher one. I still mess it up a little bit. But here's what you do. Taking that same pattern, just going all the way up and then back down. As you move up, every finger is going to stay on the fret that it was currently fretting until it's time to move to the next string. So, instead of pulling off after you're done with that note, like that, you're going to keep them on. Then move on to the next string with your picking hand and the fretting finger, your index finger. Then again, keeping your fingers on the frets until it calls for the next note. And making sure you get a clear note out of it too. Because what your hand will want to do is sit a little more laying on the strings. That's what it tends to want to do. You can come out sounding like this if you're playing it, this chromatic variation. Just want to make sure that your fingers are hitting correctly and giving enough space so that the next string can ring. So, once again. And then back down, it's the same thing, except you're going to be reversing it. As I play it slower, it kind of doesn't sound quite as right, but I'll try and play it a little faster. So, it's a good scale chromatic, more like a finger exercise. It'll build strength. You'll definitely feel it in your hand as you go up, but just remember, you don't have to press all that hard down on the strings. Just a light touch will give you a note, and you just want to make sure that you're allowing your fingers to give room to the strings to ring. So, if you have any questions, I'd love to hear your feedback, and remember to check out my site at Danny'sGuitarHub.weebly.com, and thanks for stopping by. Thanks.